Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do the Uqua dungeon today. We're actually going to do this one live because it's a little bit easier than doing a whole bunch of editing on a video. And I think it might be a little bit smoother if I just talk about it as we go, so you can kind of get like a real perspective on what it's like if you like do it live type of thing. So it starts out here in Yixta, however you pronounce that. And then you want to come down here to the southwest and you can talk to this Jeremio guy, and he will give you the dungeon. So you need at least 6 people. As you can see, I have 4 people offline here, so they don't all have to be online, but you do need 6 people to start this up. It takes about a minute or so for it to actually pop open. So once we're inside, we'll get started. All right, we finally made it in. I'm going to just go over general mechanics of the dungeon. I'm not going to get too specific into like how much damage stuff does and like little small details. If you need little smaller details like that, there is a full written guide up on the website. So if you want to pull the guide up while you watch this video too, feel free to do that and follow along. So the first thing you're going to notice here is when you zone in, everyone's going to get this aura of destruction debuff right here. And it's actually kind of nasty. It's going to lower your mana pool by a bunch because it like lowers your wisdom. On live, you can't really tell because I have so much wisdom. But it also is going to snare you, and it's going to do a bunch of other things. So there's really only one way to get rid of this. And what you do is you're just going to want to start out here in the zone in and just start working your way down the hallways immediately. And these trash mobs that spawn in the hallway, they actually drop items that will make you immune to this debuff. So we're just going to kill stuff here, and you'll see the first mob there. I already got 2 of them. And each of the items are for certain classes. So for instance, this one here, I can wear this one. This is for a rogue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loot this. Oh, I'm not the group leader. Hang on. There we go. And then we're going to put this on my rogue here. And you'll see my debuff up here. Now, it's not going to go away instantly, but the next time that the AE goes off, I will be immune to it. So you want to give all of your raid members the most important raid members are probably going to want to get these first. So whatever you guys decide is the most important to you. But eventually everyone should be able to get these weapons, or if not, you know, most of the raid. So I'm looking here. So that was the rogue one. I'm trying to wait for a bard one to drop. It doesn't look like it has. We did get stuff for the other classes. So you'll see this one here. This is like for shamans and clerics. And then you got one here for casters. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm blind. Yeah. Okay. So here's a sphere. A bard can wear this one. So I'm actually going to give this one to my bard over here. So we'll have him loot that in the background. They do go in 3 different slots. Usually you just put it in the range. It's usually the best option in most cases. So. So we're over here in the first room here. You can kind of see where we're at. And you just keep, all you're doing here is just killing trash. All this trash here, so there's nothing a whole lot to it. You just want to make sure you're looting all this stuff. So let's just keep working our way through here. Oops, I got something. Right, let's get this loot window out of the way so you can see what's going on. Now, there's a named right here. This guy was actually down here in the water. And you'll see if I con him, it says a rare creature. So they did do a nerf a while ago to where a lot of rare creatures in the game, you can't charm them anymore. And I don't know if that affects this guy or not. But I used to actually be able to charm this guy, I believe. He's only level 64. So if you're like level 65 enchanter, you may be able to charm this guy. This is something to test out, but he's actually really easy. There's not a whole lot to him, so I'm just going to kill him here. There's really nothing to explain. The big thing with this guy is that he drops quest items for the Cragbeast Queen quests. And if you want, you notice when I pulled this, I have an Inca whatever lockout, but I don't have an Uqua lockout yet because it doesn't lock out until later, until you start killing some of the bigger bosses. So you can actually drop the mission here and then come back in if you have multiple people who need Cragbeast Queen quest items. So you can kind of just farm him. And you'll see right there, the AE went off and I no longer have the buff, or the debuff. So we're actually good. So let me check my bard. Yeah, he doesn't have it anymore either. So you'll see this weapon made me immune to that. So after you clear the first guy out here, you're going to hit the first gas chamber, they call it. And this can be a potential room that can wipe your entire raid. So what you're going to do is everyone's going to come into this little room here. And you're going to see these 4 keys on the table. and you're going to see a bunch of emotes coming up. Now, there's 2 gas chambers total in this whole zone. This first one here, they have the keys in a specific order, so you'll know which key this is if you look on the web page. I actually have a little picture where I circled which one is which, so you'll know which one to pick up. And these keys, they're going to respawn, I think, every like 50 seconds or so. So what you need to do is you need to watch these emotes here, and everyone in the raid is going to get these emotes as well, but they may get different emotes, so everyone's not going to get the same emote, and some people might not get one at all. I don't remember exactly how it works when you have a giant raid. I can tell you, like, for instance, my 2 characters that I have here, they both are getting different emotes. So what you want to do is you're going to want to look for one of them that tells you which key to use on the door here. And if you don't use it, the right one, it's going to blow your raid up. There's this AE called Detonation, and it does 4,500 damage to everybody. And it's fire-based, so you maybe want to stack your fire resist up so you can resist part of it. But it's going to go off more than one time. It might go off 2 or 3 times. So if you get the wrong key, it's not a good experience for everybody. So it could potentially wipe you here. So you'll see here, I'm just getting a couple of these emotes. Like, these don't really mean anything. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. There you go. So hopefully that's a little bit easier to see. So you see a minute ago, I got one that said polished or jagged key. And this yellow emote here just kind of goes on for the rest of the dungeon. So you can kind of just ignore that to some extent. But anyway, so here's one that says cracked or dusty key. So if you get one that says there's 2 key possibilities, you can, I think that means you have the 50-50 chance of choosing the right one. So I'm just going to pick this top one up here. I'm going to YOLO it and see if it works. Now, you don't actually have to have it on your cursor. You need to have it in your bag, and then you click the door. So, okay, so I got it right. So I think when there's 2 emotes there, you got a 50-50 chance of guessing the right one. And occasionally, someone in the raid will see an emote that only has one of the keys. And when you only see one of the keys, then you can be guaranteed that's the right key. So typically what you want to do is have one person assigned as, like I call them, the key master. And that's the person who interacts with the keys in the door. And your raid's going to need to communicate to get the right key combination. So everyone in the raid will see some type of emote, and if they see one that involves keys, you want to announce it to your raid, and then you guys can kind of figure out which key is the right one. So sometimes you'll get 2 emotes, and sometimes you only get one or you'll get 2 keys as an emote, and sometimes you only get 1. So I did want to mention too, you can actually throw the keys on the floor. So if you pick a key up and it's the wrong key, just throw it on the ground, and then the key will respawn back on the table. You can only have 1 key in your inventory at a time. Otherwise, the door will not interact with you. It'll tell you you have too many keys in your bags. So we're just going to start clearing a bunch of trash here. And generally, you don't want to skip any trash. I've actually tried to skip trash before, and then later, some of the NPCs tell me, oh, you need to go back and clear all the enemies out, or I can't help you type of thing. So I don't recommend skipping any trash. Try to kill them all. And you also notice in these hallways, there's a lot of pathers. There's like these traps that spawn when you get close. And they're actually going to, some of the trash mobs will trap path towards you. So you want to make sure you just are ready for having a bunch of ads at all times. One other thing to note in this zone is if anyone dies, additional trash packs will spawn. 1 mob will spawn for every person that dies. And the ones that spawn when you die, they can be pretty nasty. They have some pretty nasty debuffs on them. So just make sure everyone stays alive as much as possible. Otherwise, things can spiral out of control quickly, and you're going to have a bunch of mobs that keep spawning and wiping you if you have multiple people dying. So we're just going to work our way through the hallway here, and we're going to clear everything out. Okay, so we made our way to this first intersection down here. We're down here in the map now. And when you come in here, you're going to see the Spirit Guardian right here. Looks like I missed the pack. I missed the mob. And you're going to see a golem over here on the left, and you're going to see one over here on the right. Now, I can't remember if these guys AE Rampage. Some of these guys do. I don't remember if these guys in particular do, but just keep in mind that they might. It doesn't look like these guys AE Rampage, but they're not going to attack you at first, but you want to talk to a Spirit Guardian here. And you say ready, and when you do that, both of these golems are going to attack. You'll see they both attacked me. And they have around 200,000 health or so, but I'm just going to kill them real fast here because I'm alive. And once you kill these two, the door to the left and the door to the right will both unlock here. So what you want to do is there's going to be a bunch of trash in both of these hallways. So if you're like level 65 in Era, you're going to want to clear out both of the hallways first with the entire raid. So you want to bring the whole raid over here to this left hallway and clear all these trash bombs out. And at the end of these hallways here, they're going to be like a series of golems. There's like 4 golems in a room. And they can be kind of tough. Let's see, the ones on the west side, they will AE Rampage. So these ones over here will have an AE Rampage on them. So when you kill them, make sure you spread them out. And they do hit fairly hard. They hit for like 2,500 or so. But these guys here, these Constructs of Rage, these will AE Rampage your group. And you can probably split these, I'd imagine. I'm not 100% sure. But you guys can try splitting them out. And that will help you a little bit in terms of difficulty. So we're just going to kill all 4 of these here. And then once I clear out this room, we're going to go clear out the other hallway, and I'll show you why here in a couple of minutes. Okay, so we reached the end of the east hallway right here, or not the complete end, but the golems on this side. These guys flurry, but they don't AE Rampage over here on the east side. So we're just going to kill all these real fast. Again, you might want to try splitting them out. They're the same difficulty. So these golems, they will respawn in about 30 minutes or so. If you don't do the boss events fast enough, you're going to have to re-clear these. Okay, so once you reach these 2 rooms here, you're going to have a boss here on the east side and a boss here on the west side. And you're going to want to split your raid up into halves because you have to kill both of these guys within like, oh, I don't know, 30 seconds or so of each other. So once one dies, the other's you're going to want to kill the other one really quickly. Otherwise, they power up. The remaining one will power up and get extremely strong. They both do have like a little bit different like spells and stuff they cast. You can find those on the website. But yeah, so just kill both of these, you know, within 30 seconds or so of each other, and you'll be fine. And so I have my Bard over here on the west side, and I'm over here on the east side of my Rogue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attack both of these guys at once. And there's a little bit more details to this, but if you need like additional details, you know, just check them out on the page. So let's just kill these. Oh, I just assassinated him, so he got one-shotted. Again, I'm on live here, so. And then my Bard is killing the other one right now, and you can see in the target window it's about to die. Okay, so both of them are dead. When they do die, you're going to see these little rocks, this little ground spawn right here. It's going to spawn on the ground. There's going to be one of these. You see, kind of see here where I am. It's just right where the NPC spawn. You're going to have one of these on each side of, in each room. So on this side, I have the Orb of Fury, and then my Bard on the other side has the Orb of Rage. You're going to have one. We're going to want to have somebody pick both of these up. Doesn't need to be the same person, but just make sure someone in the raid has an orb, has each of the orbs, and then it's going to be used here in the next part of the zone. Okay, so now that both of those bosses are cleared, that actually unlocked this north door right here, so we can start moving in up this north hallway. Again, there's going to be more trash here to clear out, so just be ready for all this. Okay, so we are now in gas chamber number 2, which is located this little room right here. Make sure everybody's in the raid. It's the same thing as gas chamber number 1. However, the keys will be on a different spot on the table than the first room. Again, if you need to know which key is which, I have them circled on the webpage. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to sit around. We're going to wait for some emotes. I'm going to be windowing between the 2 characters to see if any of them get a particular emote. Okay, so I got an emote that says the Dusty key will unlock it. You got to do this pretty quickly before you get your next emote. So we'll pick up the Dusty key here, put it in the inventory, click the door, and boom, the door instantly opens. Now, I got that emote on my other character, so you can't see it here on this screen, but you want to do it real quickly before another emote pops up. And on that one, it did say Dusty key. It didn't have like 2 options. It just gave me the option for 1. So sometimes you get the good emote, sometimes you get the 50-50 emote. Okay, so here in the next room, you're going to see 3 NPCs. You got Spectre of Rage on the left, and you got Spectre of Fury on the right. Whoever looted the orbs, you need to give the corresponding orbs to one of the 2 NPCs. This guy in the middle here, you can pretty much just ignore him. So whoever has the Orb of Rage gives this guy Orb of Rage. And same thing over here for Fury. So let's see, my Bard has Orb of Rage. So I'm going to give Orb of Rage to this guy right here, my Bard. And then on my Rogue here, I got Orb of Fury. And we'll give this guy Orb of Fury. Now when you do this, there's going to be, I think it's 7 mobs that spawn. You'll see we got some emotes here. You'll see that these mobs will spawn and attack, so just be ready to kill these guys. We'll just clear them out here real quick. Okay, so we cleared all the trash. And this also will unlock this door right here, moving up. And I think at this point is when the instance actually locks and you can't add anybody. Once you click this door here, let's see. Yep. Your expedition is nearing its close, so once you click this door, you cannot add anybody anymore. So just be aware of that. And then we'll move up here a little bit, and there's some more trash to kill. As we approach the final room, you'll see this devastating construct spawns. You're going to want to kill him. He hits fairly hard. See, he hits for over 3,200. And he is slowable, though, and he does AE rampage, so be careful for the ramp. Once he's dead, and that guy also can potentially drop loot for the Crag Beast Queen. You'll see here he drops a bunch of these loops. And he actually dropped a mask, too, so he can drop some regular loot as well. And once you talk to this guy, this door in the back behind him right now is locked, but this guy will open it for you. This is the final boss. So generally here on the final boss, what you want to do is we'll say ready, and then the seal has been removed, and I can open the door now. So once you enter the final room here, don't creep all the way in because you can aggro this guardian here, and you'll see this guardian destruction laying on the ground, and then behind him is Rex Barks Quart. He is the final boss of the zone. The general idea is to kill the guardian first. You have to kill the guardian before you kill this other guy back here. The guardian right now, if I get close to him, he will aggro, but this Rex guy will not aggro quite yet. So let's go ahead and we'll pull the guardian, and you'll see if I get kind of close, he will aggro me. There he goes. See an emote, and he starts aggroing me. So once the guardian gets down to 70% HP, the Rex guy will start attacking. You have to kill the guardian within 3 minutes of him getting to 70% health. If you do not do that, then both of the mobs will become inactive, and a whole bunch of ads are going to spawn on your raid. And you want to avoid this at all costs because it's almost, it may not be a guaranteed wipe. I don't know for sure in Era, but it's going to make it really difficult. And it's going to make it a lot harder on everybody. So what you want to do is once you get him to 70% and this guy spawns, so let's just do that without one-shotting him here. So I might assassinate. I don't know if this is a humanoid or not. So we'll just use my bard because his damage sucks. So you see here he's slowly working the golem down. He's at 90. And we're going to watch Araxt here. So he is casting spells on me. Oh, Altar of Destruction cast that. So yeah, you're going to be getting hit by AEs and stuff too in the meantime. So if you want to know what they all are, I do have them all listed on the page. So you'll see here he's at 68 now. So here we go. Araxt spawned and he starts attacking my bard. So at this point, there's a 3-minute timer. You got 3 minutes to kill this golem, or they both go inactive and you're going to get a whole ton of ads. So you might want to, just try to get your DPS down as much as possible on this golem here. Just so the ads don't spawn. What I'm doing now is I'm just killing the golem. And this isn't as easy as it looks in terms of, I'm just high level, so I kind of ignore all the mechanics. But basically I just want to kill this golem first before I try to get the Rex guy down at all. So at this point, now we can focus on Araxt. And another timer will spawn once that guardian dies. You have 3 minutes to kill Araxt after the golem dies, or you get a bunch of ads there too. So there's actually 2 separate 3-minute timers in this event. So let's just do a little bit of damage here to this guy. Once this guy hits 40%, he's going to spawn 2 ads. And you'll see him here pop up in a minute. 42, 35. Okay, I'm going to stop attacking. I have a dot on him, but here we go. Here come the 2 ads. You'll see 2 destructive channelers popped up on the target window, and here they come. So you're going to want to deal with these 2. And you can just keep them away from the raid. You don't actually have to kill them. Just have like paladins or something kite them, because you want to kill this guy as soon as you can because of the 3-minute timer. I did want to emphasize too, the 2 destructive channelers that spawn, they do mostly cast, and they can cast some nasty AE. So it's actually really important that you have knights kite them on the opposite side of the room that you're killing the boss on, so people don't get hit by their AEs. So just finish them off, and boom, you have beat the raid. After you finish him off, you can kill off the two channelers here. And you can speak to this guy, and he'll give you a fragment. I already have it, so he won't give it to me, but he'll give you the fragment, one of the 3 fragments for the Tqiv key. And that's pretty much this whole raid in a nutshell. Again, all the more specific stuff is on the webpage. So I hope this is helpful to give you a visual idea of how the zone works. And see you in the next one. Bye.